Let's get started with our first news. Patty Pimblet says he will knock Michael Chandler out ahead of their fight. Patty made it clear he's not nervous or feeling any pressure because he knows he's going to win. I know people are going to be saying after this to stop calling me a prospect and start calling me a contender once I win, he stated confidently. No such thing as pressure, lad. What's the point in being nervous when you know you're going to win? This is the biggest fight of my life, but it's just a fight. People build it up too much. For me, it's just a glorified sparring session. Patty continued, I feel great. Never felt this good going into a fight, to be honest. Weight's on point, best shape I've ever been in. I know it's a cliche, everyone always says that. But no, that's a fact. When asked how he thinks Chandler will approach the fight, he responded, he's not going to try. Well, unless he loses his marbles and tries to take me down. I think he knows I outmatch him on the floor. I can see this being a bit of a striking contest. He thinks he's just going to wade in and knock me out. He thinks because he fought Poirier and Charles and Gaethje and didn't get knocked out by them, he won't get knocked out by me when I have a completely different style. Patty believes he has a strategic game plan. I come in with a game plan, and that's what I'll do to Chandler. I really can see myself knocking him out. In the past, I've never been able to stay mindful. I just bit down on my gum shield and started swinging. But I know his fight IQ isn't the best. It's one of his worst attributes. And I've got good fight IQ. We've game planned for this fight. We've watched loads of tape. I just don't see any way I lose unless he lands a big lucky Hail Mary shot on the chin. And I'm not going to let that happen. Moving on to the second piece of news. Michael Chandler is backing Justin Gaethje for the next lightweight title shot. The UFC lightweight division is currently in a unique and uncertain position with no clear frontrunner to challenge the reigning champion, Islam Makhachev. It's one of the most stacked divisions in the UFC, and the competition at the top is intense. Names like Chandler, Charles Oliveira, and Dustin Poirier continue to dominate the upper rankings, but none have managed to decisively claim the next shot at UFC Gold. Chandler, preparing for his huge matchup against Pimblet at UFC 314, has expressed support for Gaethje. Speaking to the media, he said, if I'm thinking with my heart, I want Gaethje to get a shot. You know, Gaethje being the number one guy and then putting that number one ranking on the line against Max Holloway for the BMF belt and then losing that. So he drops down a notch. Charles and I were in a number one contender fight. But now you've got Topuria coming up. You've got Poirier talking about retiring. You've got Islam talking about moving up to 170. There's a bunch of rumblings about that. Chandler's perspective reflects the chaotic but exciting nature of the lightweight division. Whether or not Gaethje gets the next title shot remains to be seen, but everyone is watching to see how this plays out. Justin Gaethje has officially called out Islam Makhachev to fight in June, making it clear he's ready for the challenge. In an interview, Gaethje kept it short and powerful, stating, I'm ready to fight in June. This is not just a hopeful comment. It's a public statement to the UFC matchmakers and fans alike. Gaethje is hungry and wants to test himself against one of the most dominant champions in recent history. He added, I think Islam said he wants to fight in June. I'm hoping I get that call sooner rather than later. Makhachev has been relatively quiet since his last title defense, but has previously expressed interest in returning around that same time. Now that both fighters are aligning on a date, the UFC may be close to locking this one in. Gaethje also broke down the current state of the division, saying, Oliveira already lost to Islam. Sarukian really messed it up. I don't think they want to give it to him. I can see them giving it to Topuria. Gaethje's resume speaks for itself. War after war, bonus after bonus, and a fighting style that fans can't get enough of. He's proven time and time again that he's among the most dangerous men in the UFC, and now he's knocking on the champion's door. In Bantamweight news, things just heated up as Peter Yang called out Umar Nurmagomedov. Yang didn't hold back when he took to Instagram to challenge the Dagestani fighter, writing, 5 rounds, let's do it. My desire to fight for the belt remains. The top 5, top 10, almost everyone is occupied, and there is no desire to wait for half a year. Umar, I hope you fix your scratchies. Let's go. That message was loud and clear. Yang wants to stay active and sees Umar as a worthy opponent. However, shortly after his initial call-out, Yang updated fans that Umar is not ready. He expressed hope for a worthy challenge for June or July. Umar responded respectfully, stating, "As much as I want to, I'll only be able to fight in October. Fighting with an injured hand is stupid. I'll come back when I'm 100% healthy." This mature approach shows Umar understands the risks of stepping into the octagon half-ready. Meanwhile, Michael Chandler is giving fans a peek behind the curtain with what he calls a true veteran move during fight week. As he cuts weight and prepares for battle, Chandler shared a gritty meal, a cold 6-ounce New York strip steak topped with romesco sauce, straight from the fridge. "It's not about comfort, it's about discipline," he explained, emphasizing that during fight week, it's about keeping that animal inside on a leash just long enough to unleash it in the cage. In other news, Conor McGregor is turning heads with a cryptic message surrounding the highly anticipated fight between Chandler and Pimblet. Known for his mind games, McGregor posted a video of himself hitting pads, looking sharp and explosive. He captioned it, "I'm interested in the Chandler versus Pimblet fight this weekend." With that, he sparked speculation across the MMA world. Is he eyeing a future opponent in the winner of this fight? Or is he simply stirring the pot? One thing is crystal clear. When McGregor's interested, the whole world is watching. Whether he intends to fight Chandler, Pimblet, or someone else, his presence in the conversation is undeniable. Meanwhile, rising prospect Silva has issued a warning to Bryce Mitchell ahead of their highly anticipated clash, stating that this fight could mark the end of Mitchell's UFC career. Silva believes Mitchell hasn't been the same since suffering a brutal knockout loss, and is ready to capitalize on that weakness. As the MMA landscape continues to evolve, fans can expect thrilling fights and dramatic storylines. Whether it's Chandler's grit, Gaethje's hunger, or McGregor's mind games, the excitement is just